Hey, I'm Andrew Fischer. I have been a Laing member for over 2 years, and I've loved every minute of it. Before I start, I got to thank all the staff for being such strong, caring people. Members, my friends and companions, and my family for being there for me along all these years. All of these people and their positive attitudes have given me the strength and courage to stand up here today. Some part of me thinks I had signs of mental illness before, but when I was 19, it escalated. My brother called me and asked me to join him out west, and before I knew it, I was on a plane to Edmonton. It was a time in my life where I was neglecting my health and going way too fast on little gas. I was going so fast I'd forget to eat, and it felt hard to breathe. This lifestyle took its toll, and I just had to get home. I was frustrated with the world, and I broke down and unloaded all my anxious thoughts to my father in about 15 seconds. My dad saw this as manic and asked me to go to the hospital. My dad is as sturdy as a rock, dry as a bone, and sharp as a tack. But I could see in his eyes he was very worried. We went to the hospital, and it didn't take long for the doctor to see I was very ill. He prescribed me a week-long stay in a psych ward. I agreed to go. That was the most boring week I ever had. I didn't even get a straight diagnosis. I went back to my parents and got well fed for a few months, gained back the weight I lost out west, and then I headed straight back to Edmonton to live with my brother. Back to the fast lane I went. I remember running down the street one day so fast my clothes must have slipped off. The police didn't like that. They put me in the back of the car and asked me if I'd ever been in a psych ward. Honestly, I said yes, and that's exactly where they sent me. I spent about a month in a big hospital with a lot of people with severe mental health issues. There were moments there where I was terrified. I felt alone and different than everyone else in there. I decided I would stick to myself and not associate with much people. I found myself deeply depressed after that. But the second I showed slight improvement, they sent me back to Nova Scotia. I brought the bitter taste of depression with me. I wish it had just stayed in Edmonton. Over the next 2 years, I was diagnosed with bipolar and battled depression. I was losing. I would sleep for 15 to 17 hours a day and not associate with much of my family or friends. I lived in darkness. Time lost all meaning. I couldn't keep track of days, weeks, or months, and I didn't care. I guess I didn't realize how bad things were until I overheard my mom talking to a family member. She said, "I think he's going to kill himself." My heart broke, even more than it already was. I was shocked that my mother thought this about me. I realized my parents were going through the same thing I was, the same pain, but for me. I never felt like suicide was in the cards, but if my mom thought it was, then I'd better turn my life around. I now realize how fortunate I am because I've never had suicidal thoughts. Since becoming a member at Laing, I have met people who struggle with this as part of their illness. And I struggle to see this because they are such amazing people. One more hospital visit was due. I got comfortable and slept a lot for a few days. I woke up early one day for a change and started to do a lot of hospital activities. Over time, I began running, taking walks to the coffee shop, to the guitar shop. I finally found time to take care of myself. After a week of this feeling, I left the hospital for the last time to start again. I had heard about Laing House, so when I moved to Halifax, I decided to check it out. I had a tour, but almost left straight after. My second time in the house is the one that stuck with me. It was then that I met my friend Alex. She was the first member I met, friendly, approachable, and kind. I've met so many people like that in the awesome community of Laing House. Laing House has been a great part of my life. Laing is just what everyone needs. If I didn't have Laing, I wouldn't be so happy, so healthy, and so driven. It creates positive opportunities to happen daily. It's an office when I need one, exercise when I need it, and a house when I need a home. I know I'll age out one day, and I won't have Laing House. But because of my time here, I know I'll be okay. I live my life today by a saying, stay positive. I look to the future with optimism. Sometimes negativity can creep in, but it doesn't stay long. I'm now able to notice and manage these feelings when they come with help from Laing and Langsters. That saying may be simple, but I hope whoever hears it takes it to heart. Laing House has also changed my life